During World War I, all naval powers of the world were searching for a way to defend their fleets against torpedo boats. And that's how destroyers came to be. Fast, multiple-purpose vessels designed specifically to defend their allies against torpedo boats and submarines. Here are 7 best destroyers available in War Thunder. We start with the British HMS Tobruk, one of the 2 late destroyers of battle class. Compared to her sister ship, she has the better AA capabilities and increased survivability, but she also has a slower top speed, and lost one of her main battery guns. Despite that, this ship can still do a pretty good job when fighting against large targets. She also has 12 40mm Bofors anti-aircraft guns in 6 single mountings and 3 twin mountings. Very handy for fending off boats or enemy aircraft. Then we have a destroyer that was just introduced into the game with the recent Direct Hit update, the Italian RN Leone. Her guns are not the biggest, but oh boy does she have a lot of them. In 4 turrets, 1 each fore and aft of the superstructure, and the remaining positioned amidships. She also has 2 twin torpedo tubes. On the other hand, the destroyer has limited AA capabilities, so it's a good idea to stay close to your allies supporting larger ships with never-ending fire from your numerous guns. Next up is the Japanese IJN Shimakaze, a prototype for revolutionary class of destroyers that was never built in large numbers. The main selling point of this destroyer is her enormously powerful high-temperature steam turbine, which generated 50% more power than typical turbines of the time. During her trials, she was clocked at almost 41 knots. Very impressive for the time period. In the armament department, Shimakaze heavily relies on her Type 93 torpedoes. She has 15 of them. No other World War II era destroyer has as many. Unfortunately, the complexity of the design prevented her from ever going past the prototype stage. Then, we have a destroyer that almost made it to the top 3, the Soviet Tashkent. This is the lead ship of her class of destroyer leaders built in Italy for the USSR. She has a high top speed of 43 knots and is armed with 6 130mm B-13 guns. On the other hand, just like most destroyers, Tashkent has an armor arrangement that leaves much to be desired, and her powerful guns take a while to reload. That's why we advise staying at a distance of 10 or 12 kilometers to your target and using the element of surprise. This way, the enemy won't have a chance to strike back. The bronze goes to Z-32, a German destroyer of the Type 1936A Mob class. She's a bit of a hybrid, combining the best of 2 worlds: the powerful 150mm guns of a light cruiser and the exceptional mobility of a destroyer. She's also no slouch when it comes to AA capabilities. The ship is equipped with 2 twin 37mm mounts and 6 20mm emplacements. She excels at long-range engagements and can even fight light cruisers. But we suggest that you should stick close to islands and prioritize enemy destroyers to maximize your combat effectiveness. The silver goes to Neustrassimi, a premium Soviet destroyer. She's armed with a 130mm SM-2-1 guns in 2 dual-mount turrets. These cannons have a better fire rate than the B-13 gun that almost all other Soviet destroyers use. Neustrassimi is not afraid of aircraft because she has a tracking radar and has access to the HEVT shells. and at a close range, she can decimate her opponents with the help of the RBU 2500 mortar and 10 torpedoes. All in all, Neustrassimi is an excellent support and anti-air ship, capable of protecting both herself and her allies against the onslaught of enemy aircraft. Finally, here comes the apex predator, USS Somers DD-381, the lead ship of the Somers class of 5 large destroyers built to replace their Porter-class predecessors. This American ship is an extremely dangerous opponent thanks to its crazy firepower. 8 highly versatile, rapid-firing 127mm guns mounted in 4 turrets. Aircraft should be very wary of this destroyer as well, because her AA battery is capable of firing radio fuse shells. Not enough? Well, here's another quick fact. If not for the Japanese with their limitless supply of torpedoes, Somers-class destroyers would have had the record for carrying most torpedoes. This American beauty is equipped with no less than 3 quadruple torpedo tubes. And that's it. But what are your favorite destroyers? We'd love to know. Are any of them on our list? Please, tell us in the comments below. We're itching to find out.